Well, good morning to QuiltChat. Here we are again. And you know what? It's National Relaxation Day. What can we do to relax today?
Just being here.
Yeah, yes,
Right.
You're right. Talking to the quilters.
Right.
Well, Betsy, I know we have a different style to talk about today.
We do. With our home decorating, we've been going through each week this month. And so we are up to the farmhouse style, which also rustic fits in that as well. You can either go, like the French farmhouse, or go all the way to rustic.
Right.
So they all fit together.
So you kind of think shiplap, some of that kind of stuff.
Distressed furniture.
Distressed furniture,
yes.
sure.
Yes, and that whitewash. Yeah, it's such a popular look. It's very pretty. And so for our quilt for this week, we have a gingham picnic. And so I think we have a picture of it. There it is. So it looks just like gingham
that's
fabric.
so fun.
Yes.
Right?
I love
Made
that.
out of squares.
It is, so it's nice and easy.
If I'd known you were showing that, I would have worn my gingham pants
There you
today.
go. Oh, that'd have been fun. And so this is a fun free pattern we have over at aqsblog.com, and you're welcome to go over there and pick it up. We have a quilt each week to go with each different home deck style. So you don't want to miss that.
And you're right, it would make a nice picnic quilt, wouldn't it?
Oh, and it would.
Yes.
Yes.
It would be awfully fun. Very clever.
Yes.
And I see you have something here that is very beautiful, and you
Well, yes, and this is, last week I brought a pillow.
did.
And you'll recognize some of the same fabrics in here that I used in that pillow. And so this is just a band that I added to the top of a sheet. And this is a Pima cotton sheet. If you don't have silk sheets, Pima cotton is really nice against your body. And so you just have to measure to make it fit the top of the quilt.
It's so fun to add the little decorative touches in our house with the different quilting things. And that's so special to be able to make something that really makes your room stand out personal.
This means you press the edges of your quilt, or of your sheets then, when you get them out of the dryer?
You know what? Now I have to tell you, I actually ironed this sheet last night, and I thought, when was the last time I ironed a sheet? I take them out and
Wow.
fold
I
them
know.
up and put them on the bed.
You
You're
do
going to
your-
wrinkle them anyway.
You do the best you can to smooth them out, but I would love to know if anybody's listening, if you iron your sheets,
Still.
we are so proud of you.
Yes, for sure. And you know what? It probably took me about 20 minutes to do it last night. It's a queen size sheet, so that's a lot of sheet to have to press.
But you made it pretty for us. That's
Yeah,
nice.
I did.
Thank you.
But you know what? I did this in units, and so the unit of this is just this. What do we call this? The quarter half square. And so part of it is a quarter square, and then this would be like a half square triangle.
Yes.
And so it just makes a really lovely edge on the edge of the quilt.
It's beautiful.
And of course, to make this fit, the easiest way to do that is to fold some adding machine tape to find out what size to make these so it'll fit perfectly. And to put it
I love
on
that
there,
Good idea.
I put it on there by just sewing top stitching along the top and the bottom edge, and I just centered it in the band on the top of the sheet.
Now you teach that technique in your iQuilt class, right?
I do.
Yes, you have all those great tips
And
in there.
everybody needs to know how to do that.
Yes.
It's so
Oh,
easy
that's-
to make your borders, and in this case, the border on the sheet fit perfectly.
It makes it so math friendly.
And then you
Yes.
toss your pillow on top, and it's all done.
And then you're all
You're all
decorated,
decorated.
yes, in that sort of
Beautiful.
rustic style.
I love that. That is so fun. And speaking of units, we had everybody this week vote for their favorite unit. So if you haven't voted for your favorite unit, piecing unit, you need to go over to aqsblog.com and cast your vote for which one you just love the most. And then you get to tell us which one you want to banish from the face of the earth because you never want to make another one of those again.
Does square count?
No.
Actually, that wasn't one of the units, was it?
No. But your old friend 9-patch and 4-patch are on there.
Oh, all right. Sort of the same.
That is right. And so that's been a lot of fun to look and see what people are saying they love and they hate. And it's, what's easy for you and where your struggles are, getting them to come out the right size. And it looks like right now the quarter square triangle is the peskiest. We're getting it to come out the right size.
And so what's your favorite unit that you use when you're making quilts?
Oh, flying geese.
Flying geese.
I've always loved flying geese. Something about that traditional look of it in a quilt. Oh, It does something to me.
How
What
about you, Ann?
Oh, since I love English paper piecing, I'm going to have to say Hexie's.
Oh,
Look at her
Hexies.
go.
I like
All right.
Hexies.
Well, and my favorite is the half square triangle. And I like that because it's at an angle and you can lead the eye wherever you want on your quilt, just like we've led the eye right here across the top of this sheet. And so that's my favorite one.
That is so cool. And you know what? Everybody's pretty much agreeing with you.
Are they?
So far.
Well, but you know what? There are many, many patterns that are available today that use half square triangles. And
Oh,
that's
yes.
why we have so many different techniques to make them.
True. It's a very popular unit, isn't it?
Yes.
It sure is. And then also over on the blog, this week we have the big guide to Grand Rapids because Grand Rapids is coming up.
Oh,
We're
it's
just minutes
such-
away, aren't we?
I know.
Literally.
Actually, I think they're just about ready to load the truck.
Things are buzzing around here for sure.
Oh, well, yes, and you know, one of the fun new things we're going to do at Grand Rapids is the pop-up quilt exhibit. And that means that if you're going to be at the show, whether you're going to be there as taking classes or you're just coming to the show, all you need to do is bring a small quilt that one person can hold, make a little note card with the title of the quilt and your name and address on it, and we're going to have like a impromptu show and tell in the Learning Center at noon on Thursday.
That'll be fun.
Yes.
Oh, that'll be so fun.
And if you don't want to participate, you can come and just watch and see lots of pretty little quilts.
And that's a nice big area, too, to have everybody come to.
Oh,
And
yes, right.
It'll give a lot of space for a lot of people to show their
and a lot of
quilts.
people to sit, too. It's a nice area for them
It
to go
is.
rest while they're at the show.
Oh, that'll be fun.
The Grand Rapids venue is just so nice. It's a very enjoyable city to visit. I liked Grand Rapids a lot.
And it's very walkable. You know, there are lots of restaurants close. And,
that's good.
And, of
And
course,
the river does run right through it,
yeah, the Grand River.
right?
Yes, and of course the hotel, the Amway Grand is our headquarters hotel, and it's connected right to the convention center, so it's all very convenient.
Oh, how wonderful. And so if you need any details about your trip to Grand Rapids, we have them all in one convenient place.
Yes, QuiltWeek.com.
Zip you right over to QuiltWeek.com where you can get all those. That's
good.
right. And then today is day 8. We're counting now the days to fall Paducah. And we started last week, and so we have block 8 for you. And we're going to show it to you.
Yes, we
And you
are.
know what?
Oh, well, there's
And-
the design for block 8.
Oh.
And on the member site, you can get these designs. There's 20 of them per block that give you ideas about quilting it.
Lots of different ideas, too.
And then there's going to be another pretty picture with a colorful block with purple corners.
There
we
you
go.
Oh, I love that. This is just a stunning quilt.
Thank you.
It's
And you have a
outstanding.
kit
I
for
love it.
the colored fabrics,
We
too. Is
sure
that
do.
correct?
Yes, yes. And you can
Yes.
get that over at shopaqs.com. And you can pick up the link for it over on the blog in the pattern area.
And
We
you
have the
showed
link
it
to
in with a black background, which just makes all those colors shine. But you could use a light background if you wanted to.
Oh, you sure could.
And you could also,
Oh,
these
yeah.
are all solids, but you could use prints.
You could.
Yes.
And you know, you
Absolutely.
can get those little colors right out of a strip pack because we're talking small, little tiny pieces. So they're 1.5 inches that we're cutting widthwise for those squares. Every time you see a square, it's 1 inch finished.
Right.
Right?
And so they come out of, you can get them out of a strip pack. They'd be great to pull out of your stash. And it's always fun. And if you go to our Facebook group, the Project Parade, you can see people with all different ideas. And they do it in different colorways. They always do the different projects in different colorways.
that's
That's
nice.
fun to see what people come up with.
Yes. And in fact,
so
they're
much
now
fun.
beginning to post some pictures on Project Parade
Yes.
of the countdown to Spring Paducah,
Oh, we've
where
had
they
so many shared
finished those
there.
quilts up.
Yes, they're getting
Yes.
them quilted and bound.
Yes.
Yes, it's incredible.
Nice to finish.
Yes, it's very incredible.
We're getting a lot of hellos going on
Oh,
here on
let's see.
Facebook, and I just want to say hi to everybody who's tuning in this morning.
And then from all over, we have some
Yes.
Pennsylvania girls, Beth and June.
And it's finally sunny in New York. So
Oh,
Oh, yes. They've had a lot of rain.
Thank you, Reese. Yes, that is good. And then we had a fun project. I always love the artsy fartsy projects. So we talked about, for Quilt 2018, we're doing modern quilt style. And so we talked about abstracting. And so you can find an article that takes you through an exercise of how to create an abstract quilt design. And this is for piecing. And it takes you through the projects. And I have a picture of the picture we abstracted, which was this one. And so this is 3 little succulent plants. And then in the next one, if you can see that, it's showing the different designs abstracted out. And that took 3 different processes to go through to get to that. So if you'd like to give that a try, it's so much fun. It's one of my most relaxing favorite things to do. I sit there and just put a piece of tracing paper over something and start abstracting.
And instead of it looking real, you really do get that modern take of simplifying the design when you do that.
You do, and it's so fun. It's like getting a hint of something. You create the spirit of it's kind of left behind, but not the actual.
So do you do that for the purpose of applique or foundation piecing or?
And you can do it any of those ways.
Piecing, even.
Could be pieced.
This method, I recommend they just cut out the pieces, go audition them with fabric so they could fussy cut them, and then add your seam allowance and sew them together. You could definitely make it into a foundation paper piecing pattern, and it's wonderful for applique because with applique you follow a lot less rules.
Yes.
And you don't have to worry about it being pieced.
It's a lot more forgiving.
Yes.
Nobody knows exactly what that flower was supposed to look like.
That's right. That's right.
It is very forgiving. That is quite true. And so then we also have this really gorgeous quilt behind us.
Oh, it is. It's so pretty, and it's very much of an optical illusion. This quilt is called Box Shuffle. It's by Emily Cross. It has also been quilted by Judi Madsen.
It's beautiful.
This quilt is featured in the September issue of American Quilter, right here on page 70. So you're welcome to go there and find that pattern. It's rated easy, believe it or not. So you can make this absolutely stunning quilt. And again, you don't have to use solids. You could use different prints on this if you like. So you'll find it in the September AQ.
And the saging on that forms the stars uses quarter square triangles, the ones that people kind of like, oh, let's get rid of that one. Yes, but that makes a really nice sashing and gives you a secondary design in the quilt.
And it's kind of fun how it's an optical illusion in the main part, but that secondary design is very traditional. And so it pulls the two together.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that. It's so nice.
Great.
And you will see a little bit more of Emily Cross if you go to our YouTube site and look for You Quilt with Emily.
Yes, over at Quilt TV.
Yes, and actually that's going to be like a really good course for somebody who's just starting to quilt, won't it?
Yes.
Because she starts with some of the very simple things you need to learn, and she'll be progressing along with that.
She does, and it's a great place to pick up some tips. If you can't remember quite paper piecing, which way does that go? Just go watch her do it a couple times, and you can put her on pause and repeat as many times as you need to.
And she starts with machine basics too, doesn't she?
She does.
So that you can learn how to thread a simple machine and
setting up stitches.
Very much
just
the basics.
All the basics, yeah.
So look for that.
Yes.
Well, okay, so then we have 2 other shows that are coming up this fall. That's the Fall Paducah Show and Virginia Beach, which is our first year there. For Fall Paducah, if you haven't made your hotel reservations yet, I want you to know that the hotels have dropped their minimum night stay. And so there are still some hotel rooms out there for the Fall Paducah Show, so give them a call and get your rooms booked. And then Virginia Beach, I just want to remind everybody, we negotiate at the different sites with hotels for blocks of rooms, and there was always the special rate always ends 30 days before the show. So if you're going to come to Virginia Beach, September 3rd is the date that our special rates will go away.
Oh, so hurry.
Yeah, so you want to make sure you get those rooms booked. And we try to save you a little bit of money so you can spend some extra fabric money while you're at the show.
That's right.
Yes, that's the best part.
We like that.
All right. Well, so we're busy working on all 3 fall shows, and we're loading the truck to go to Grand Rapids, and we'll be coming to you with this program next week from the Grand Rapids show. And so we'll get to have some different guests and maybe some winners that we can talk to again. And we hope we'll see you next week here on Facebook or at the Grand Rapids show.
Yes.
Yes. See you then.
Bye.
Bye.